Hey everybody, it's Gus from Askewed Reviews. And today I'm reviewing a film that I actually received a screener for at the beginning of December. So I am so sorry that I'm only getting to the review now. I watched it way back then, and then unfortunately I got caught up in a bunch of family, holiday, and sickness stuff that just kept coming, and I forgot that I didn't actually post my review for this. So, as I start off this review with a big apology to everyone involved with this movie, I am finally getting to this, and here is my review. So, the movie that I'm referring to is the 2025 film Zombie Con Volume 1, directed and co written by Kyle Vale, or Val. I do apologize if I said that incorrectly. So, this is a horror comedy about zombies with a fun and interesting nerdy twist to it. Let me tell you more about the concept, see if this is something that you want to check out for yourselves. So, our movie stars four best friends that are also cosplayers and roommates. You have Rocket, Claire, Punky, and Javier. Now, it seems like the life goals for this group of friends is to stay together and go to every convention they possibly can and enter into every cosplay contest as well. They've even been winners of the group costume contest for the past couple of years. Now, their success seems to be due to two things. First of all, Rocket's mother, who does design and make all of their costumes, and secondly, the group's cohesion, as they really seem to work well together. Now, even though this group does seem to have a bit of fame within their community, outside of that, they keep getting harassed by lots and lots of assholes. So even with these successes, it does start to weigh down on a few of them about how much hate they seem to get in their real lives. Now, on their way home from a pseudo celebration after winning the most recent contest, they end up running into a homeless person who ends up giving Claire a odd rock or item of some sort that she then brings home with her. Once they all do make it back home, they decide to order some food, and they end up discovering that the person who's going to deliver it is Claire's ex. This ends up pissing her off quite a bit, so she secludes herself into her room and then makes a wish on this rock that all of the assholes in the world would change into zombies so then she could just kill them. In a strange sci fi or fantasy twist of fate, the rock explodes and it seems like she's actually gotten her wish, or at least in the local area of Los Angeles. So now this group of friends will have to work together using their knowledge, their costumes, and the weapons that they've collected over the years to try to not only save Rocket's mother, but potentially get out of the city. So, as for some of the things that I liked about this movie, I like the fact that this is a different concept for a zombie film. I also, as a nerd myself who has gone to plenty of conventions, like the fact that there was a lot of references to that kind of stuff. And even though I never went hardcore into the cosplay or the group cosplay to be more specific, some of that I understood and was like, okay, yeah, I can see this relating to people who have been through that. I also, for the most part, liked most of the characters. The main group, pretty much everyone other than Rocket, there was times that I did like his character, but he did kind of come off as annoying at points, and it was a little hard to root for him. But I did have some sequences where I did like his character. I also appreciate what they were able to do with what I'm pretty certain was a low budget film. The look of the costumes, the sets, and areas that they chose to film, all of that worked really well. Now, here are some of the things that I wasn't as big of a fan of. There was definitely some confusing story points throughout the film that either didn't make sense or kind of weren't needed in the film. Another thing that I also wasn't the biggest fan of is a particular group of zombies that we see near the end of the film. I get what they're trying to do with these ones being a bit different, but I it just didn't really make sense to me. And I get what they were trying to do. So I mean, it's hard to get to that point without going the way they did, but I don't know. There was just something off about it for me. And finally, my biggest issue with this movie, it seemed like Rocket was the main character at first, which, all of these characters seemed main in a way, but he seemed like the primary one. And then it briefly switched to Claire, and then it came back to him, and I the way that that was set up, that kind of annoyed me a bit because it seemed like they only went to her briefly so that they could explain the whole story, the linchpin of what makes this a zombie movie. And that's what kind of weirded me out about it because I would have liked if everything just switched to Claire being the main character going forward, but it did really seem like it hopped back over to Rocket after it was like, oh, and this is where the zombies come from. All in all, though, I do recommend checking this one out. For me, on my scale, because I'm kind of 50-50 on it, I'm going to give this movie a 3 out of 5. And if you'd like to check it out for yourselves, it is now available to rent on the major platforms of Prime, Google Play, YouTube, and Fandango. Now, if you've already seen this film, please let me know what you thought about it in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Askewed Reviews. And once more, I am so sorry to the producer and co-writer who actually sent this out to me. I can't believe I completely forgot to do the review for this. I hope it's okay that I'm finally doing this. And hopefully in the future, if you guys make a volume 2 or make anything else, you'll still look towards me to watch and do a review for that as well.